Good evening. Welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Dr. Ghosh, and I'm back today with another awe inspiring story for all of you. Before we go on to the awe inspiring story about for all of you today, for those of you who are coming on to the first time to the channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant, let me share a brief history about the channel with you. We started as a private by invite only group in 2015 on Facebook, and today there we have got 840 members. On WhatsApp we have got an additional 190 members. This is again a by invite only group. And on YouTube, which we started on 28th May 2020, today we have got 506 subscribers as we speak. Our mission is to change your thought process and strengthen the moral fiber of the present and coming generations. How do we achieve our mission? By sharing with you daily inspiration on YouTube, WhatsApp, and Facebook, and sharing with you the stories of mankind at its very best on your very own YouTube channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I request all those of you who are watching this video to please subscribe to the channel and also share these videos with your friends and family so that they too live by the eternal human principles such as respect, diversity, love, honesty, integrity, and their path to success is also paved with gold. Living by these eternal human principles is a sure shot way to success. Success, I agree, living by human principles is much delayed at times, but it is permanent. But not adhering to these human principles is a slippery slope to failure. You might achieve success in the short run and much faster if you let go of your integrity and values, but you are bound to fail in the long run. So, living by integrity and the eternal human principles is the only way to success. Coming to our story now of one such story, an inspirational person who lived by his values and especially integrity is Dharampal Gulati, aka also known as Mahashay Dharampal Gulati. He was born on 27th March 1923 in undivided Punjab in British India at Sialkot. His father, Chunnilal Gulati, had a spice shop called as Mahashian Di Hatti, which means gentleman's shop. In 1933, young Dharampal Gulati joined job. He dropped out of school. He started doing assorted jobs such as rice trading, carpentry, selling hardware, etc., and later joined his father as a whole time partner with his father's business. He expanded his father's business to Lahore, Shekhupura, Nankana, etc. And his turnover in those days in 1933 itself was about 500 to 800 rupees per day. Unfortunately, the partition hit in 1947 and Dharampal Gulati ji and his family moved as refugees to Amritsar. From there, they went on to their sister's house in New Delhi, where Dharampal ji bought a tonga and drove a tonga to meet his ends meet in New Delhi. 1958, he set up a small spice shop in the same name as his father's spice shop in Pakistan called as Mahashian Di Hatti. The first shop came at in Karobagh, was subsequently followed by another shop in Chandni Chowk. 1959, he set up a manufacturing unit in Kirtinagar, New Delhi, and he pioneered the concept of ready to use spices against the Indian tradition of buying fresh spices, grinding them, and then making them ready for use. He named his company MDH, which is the first letter of Mahashian Di Hatti, his father's shop, which was there in Pakistan, undivided India, in 1933. Totally, he went from leaps and bounds from one manufacturing unit to 18 manufacturing unit and revenues of 12 billion rupees, which is 170 million US pounds by 2018-19. He was the highest paid CEO of a FMCG company. His salary was 21 crore or 2.9 USD, 2.9 million USD. He was the brand mascot and ambassador of his own company MDH. He wore an ethnic turban with a hook like mustache, with glasses and a pearl necklace, and his photograph was there on every Indian manufactured MDH spice. He was an endearing and likable brand ambassador, one of the most recognized and endearing brand ambassadors in India and abroad. He set up 20 primary and secondary schools to help the education of the poor. He set up a 200-bed hospital and a mobile hospital for slum dwellers. During COVID 19, he donated over 7,000 PPE kits and food packets and also contributed to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. He was awarded with a Padma Bhushan in 2019 and he died of cardiac arrest and met his maker on 3rd December 2020. Friends, not all of us can be as determined, as instrumental to bring about change and make a difference to millions of lives like Mahashay Dharampal Gulati ji, as he was called as. But all of us, in these difficult times where the COVID 19 virus is ravaging mankind and many millions have lost their livelihoods and million more have lost their lives. In these times, it is for us who are relatively unaffected by this virus, either medically or economically, to stand up and make a difference to one. I am a strong proponent of this concept of difference to one. It means while not all of us can make a difference to many people in our lives, but yes, we can scan our neighborhood and see who's been affected by this virus, either medically or economically, and help him with a small act of kindness, either economically or with medication or with job support, any way which you deem fit. Your act of kindness will not go unnoticed, and also you will be helping mankind in its battle against this infamous COVID 19 virus. However, while you are choosing to make a difference to somebody, please ensure that you yourself stay safe, wear a mask always, avoid crowded places, stay at home as much as possible. When you go out, maintain social distancing. When you come back home, before touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, always wash your hands for 60 seconds. When you're outside, if you have to touch your hands, mouth, or face, please sanitize your hands with 70% alcohol sanitizer. Keep yourself safe always and then go on to make a difference to somebody else in your community. Till we meet again with another awe inspiring video, let me once again request all of you to please subscribe to the channel and join us in our mission of strengthening the moral fiber of the present and coming generations. Till we meet again, good luck, all the best, stay safe.